Today on City Talk News, we sit down with the founders of Fathers to Fathers. We visit Nationwide Children's Hospital and speak with Dr. Robert Johnson. And we'll finish it off with the city viral video.
My name is Rayshawn Wilson. I have the pleasure of serving as the Director of Supportive Services at the Columbus Urban League, which entails being over all of our African American male initiative programs. Under that initiative falls under our Choose to Change program, which is our reentry program that focuses on reducing the recidivism rate for our ex-offenders. We also have our Father to Father program.
Well, the Father to Father program, we're nurturing fathering program at the Columbus Urban League. We've been in existence for about from 2006 on to this current date. It's a nurturing father piece. We actually do a 10-week course. We deal with fathers who come in who want visitation, custody, child support issues. We do fatherhood events. We also deal with the nurturing father piece too as well. The events are around fatherhood. We do Fishing with Dad, was one of our big events that's happened last year. We had about over 1,000 participants there. We partnership with Walmart last year. We partnership with Cabela's, and we partnership with B&B Sporting Baits for that. Next year we'll be having the same thing. We're hoping to get about 2,000. We do bowling with dads. We do skating with dads. We're looking to expand to do some different things too as well. But moms are invited too as well, so you can bring your daughters, you can bring your girlfriend or your aunt or your grandma, however it may be. So it's a free event for everyone. We try to teach our fathers that you have to try to understand the mom's point of view too as well, because a lot of moms didn't have a dad maybe. A lot of moms came from abusive homes, so their actions are just from what they've known and seen. So when you come in, you be a certain type of way towards her or towards the children, they're only reacting on what they know. So through the program, we try to incorporate mom's opinion. We're actually trying to partnership with moms to be too, to get that correlation with mom's point of view and what is father's point of view to come in and speak. The next 5 years, I see us training different cities in what we do. We're actually one of the top fatherhood programs in Central Ohio as of right now for what we do. So in the next 5 years, we're looking to expand, most definitely to expand. We try to reduce the recidivism rate of guys going back to jail through our program. It's a 10-week course. We bring in different community resources to come in, and we try to get into the nuts and grits of why you do it, what's going on, how can we get into you. And through our program coordinators who are actually ex-offenders who have came out, being transparent helps those guys come out and be blunt with us about what's going on, why I do this or why I do this. I don't feel like this and I don't feel like that. So our program coordinators show that it's possible to happen.
But when I say the word recidivism, we're basically talking about lowering the recidivism rate in terms of reducing the amount of individuals that go back to prison after leaving prison. And so our ultimate goal is not only for them to not return, but we also teach those individuals to be self-sufficient so they can be law productive citizens. So the overall goal is to really look at their attitudes, values, and beliefs in terms of criminal activity, drug and alcohol stuff, and really engaging them in pro-social activities. And so we bring in a variety of different support networks, and we bring in different resources into these groups. We provide wraparound services in a variety of different areas, whether it be our Father to Father program, workforce development. We are linked to Head Start, and we have a huge initiative which is called My Brother's Closet. Now, My Brother's Closet allows individuals to come in and get suited for a tie, get suited for a suit, period, so that they can be so that they can be very prepared in terms of interview. And so our program focuses on providing opportunities to reduce retaliation, intervene between different gangs, and then we also have our Urban Warriors and our Project Survival program, which focuses on middle school and high school students in the areas of drug and alcohol prevention. And so we're very excited about this initiative, which has been around now from the Columbus Urban League since 2007, which was founded by the mayor, Mayor Michael Coleman, and then passed Kevin Boyce, who used to be on city council. And so those were the members who were primarily responsible for the overall objective of the African American Initiative Program.
Man, almost forgot about that date tonight. Where should I take this woman? I know, I can take her to
Eddie George's Grill, 27, in the heart of the short north. Eddie George's Grill, 27, 1636 North High Street, a 4-star restaurant where you can have a wonderful experience and great food. For reservations, call 614-421-2727. The reservation number again is 614-421-2727. Of course, the reservation last 4 numbers would be 2727. Why not? That's Eddie George's Grill, 27, in the heart of the short north.
Join City Talk Nation and follow us for more videos, behind-the-scene footage, and your chance to win prizes at...
If you're looking for an exciting career in radio or television, then you need to call Ohio Center for Broadcasting at 614-655-5250. Experience hands-on training using high-quality equipment. Learn to make music videos, game shows, news reporting, and even produce your own radio show while in school. Work with our highly trained instructors and industry professionals to put your career on track. Develop expertise in all aspects of broadcasting, in front of the camera or microphone, and behind the scenes at Ohio Center.
Up, college is hard. Down, those books are heavy.
My sport is football, but my passion is education.
Right up here.
So every year I take promising high schoolers on a college tour
Lights there, darts there.
to show them that higher education means a brighter future. My name is Nnamdi Asamoah. I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
You can be a reader, tutor, or mentor too. Take the pledge at liveunited.org/volunteer.
Do you wear this?
Mom, I'm not gonna go to college.
What are you saying? You've got to go to college.
Their tomorrow depends on your words today. The Hispanic Scholarship Fund has the information you need to help your kids go to college.
Up to 40% of businesses never recover after experiencing a major disaster. Make a plan at ready.gov/business.
And we're back with City Talk News.
My name is Dr. Robert Johnson. I'm a researcher in the Department of Childhood Cancer and Blood Diseases. I've been here for about 4 years. And my primary focus is working on pediatric brain tumors. Personally, I work on a specific type of childhood cancer called ependymoma. And this disease tends to occur in young children. It can also be found in adolescents as well. And what we're trying to do is develop novel therapies, because currently the only therapeutic approach that is available for these patients is surgery. And if the surgery isn't done well and the tumor is completely extracted from the patient's brain, what ends up happening is it grows back. And usually when it grows back, it's more aggressive. Now, what's really interesting about this particular disease is that it's chemo-resistant. So standard care for a lot of cancers is the use of radiation and chemotherapy. That's usually what is a generalized notion of how you treat cancer in general. But what happens in this particular case is that this disease seems to be resistant to chemotherapies. And what's worse is that because of where it grows in the brain, what happens is you really can't do radiation. I mean, we're talking about young children. Young children's brains are developing, and you end up doing a lot of damage when you use radiation. So what we're trying to do is understand, hey, is there another approach? Is there a different way whether it be a novel type of chemotherapy or what's going on now in the cancer field is directed drug targeting, trying to hit specific pathways and systems in cancer that they're required to grow and to develop. And if you can inhibit those, block those, affect those, what you find is that the cancer will eventually either stop growing, or hopefully what you want is for the disease to die and disappear. I have been working in science for over 25 years. I started basically when I graduated high school. I went as undergrad at Johns Hopkins. I went there with the express reason to be a biomedical engineer. That's what I wanted to do. I was great at science when I was, in high school, and physics and all the rest. So I was really happy when I got in, and then I went to my first physics class, and the world exploded. I ended up just about failing out of that place. Physics ended up killing my world dreams of what I actually thought I wanted to do at the time. Failed it like 10 times, and realized I can't do engineering. I mean, that was, if you don't do physics, you can't be an engineer. So, I took a step back and asked myself, all right, can't be an engineer. As bad as that is, what do I like? And I realized what I really liked was the act of investigation, which is research. It's just any kind of science. So I took the engineering part out and just stuck with the biology part, and started working in labs as a volunteer, basically from the moment I got there, and just stuck to it and really loved it. I mean, I had some fantastic mentors when I was an undergrad, and realized this is something that I really love to do. But, unfortunately, my undergraduate, if you ask somebody, what is your grade point average? I wouldn't answer the question, because nobody wants to hear like negative numbers when it comes to that. And I was like really close to negative numbers. So I was not doing well in classes, no matter how hard I tried. And I realized that one, Hopkins wasn't for me. It just, if I can convey a message to anybody who is looking at colleges, my message to you would be, go somewhere where you're going to be happy. Because at the end of the day, so long as you learn and you're good at what you do, people will find you, you will find a job, you will be fine, and you'll be happy. I was never happy in undergrad, so it took forever for me to graduate, and I was miserable. And because of that, I knew I couldn't progress straight into graduate school or anything like that, although I knew that's ultimately what I wanted to do. So I took a job, in a lab, and fortunately for me, it was at Memorial Sloan Kettering. It's in New York. I'm from New Jersey, New York area, so fortunately for me, there's a ton of places to work. So I went to Sloan Kettering as a technician, and fortunately they had tuition reimbursement. So what I did was, I was like, you people are paying me to go to school? Rob's going to school. So I worked and took classes, 1 class, 2 classes here and there. And before I knew it, I had a master's degree from NYU. Kind of purely almost by accident. It was because I love science, I wanted to learn. They were paying me, why not?
Haha, soon I'll rule the world. Not if we can stop you. This time I've got backup. So do we. And air support. And a bazooka. Ah! Take that. No!
Oh, come on. You always win. Get a job, buy your own toys.
I understand you need a little help with your mortgage. Want to avoid foreclosure. Candy? Well, you're in luck. We're experts in this sort of thing. Mortgage, rigmarole, whatnot. Why don't we get a contract? Who wants a contract?
Candy, Here you go, Pete.
Thanks, Betty.
Write a toner.
If you're facing foreclosure, talk to the right people. Speak with HUD-approved housing counselors free of charge at 888-995-HOPE.
Get ready, Columbus, for some of the best unsigned music from around the world. UndergroundColumbus.com is an online radio station that supports all unsigned music. What kind of music, you ask? Well, all kinds. Unsigned music from blues, hip-hop, R&B, rock and roll, and even heavy metal. So check out UndergroundColumbus.com on your PC or even check it out on your Android or iPhone. If you or your band want to be heard on our station, visit UndergroundColumbus.com. UndergroundColumbus.com, the best unsigned music that you have never heard.
Oh, those boys are much too much. Those boys are much too much. We got the spirit. We're hot. We can't be stopped. We got the spirit. We're hot. We can't be stopped. We're going to beat them and bust them.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life.
Let's get a little bit rowdy. R-O-W-D-Y.
Take time to be a dad today. Call or visit fatherhood.gov to learn more.
The organization C-Bus to Ferguson led a group of protesters on a march from the Ohio Union to the Short North on Saturday in solidarity with the people in Baltimore.
We don't want to be preaching to the choir. We definitely want to reach out to our supporters, but there's so many people who don't know about the issues or don't want to get engaged. Those are the people that we really want to reach out to. So, marching down High Street, marching through Gallery Hop, that's how we're going to be able to engage with those people who are pretty much affecting our communities, who need to know, how they're negatively impacting us.
25-year-old Freddie Gray died in prison due to a spinal injury that occurred during his arrest. His death led to protests and marches in the streets of Baltimore that questioned police treatment of African Americans, according to the New York Times. Columbus police have not addressed the events in Baltimore and did not wish to release a statement at this time after a request for comment. However, Columbus police officers did speak with protest leaders before the march.
We were just coordinating with local police to make sure they know our planned route and everything. They have to set officers down in the streets just to make sure things don't get too rowdy.
Baltimore City State's Attorney Marilyn Mosby announced on Friday that 6 Baltimore police officers will face charges in the death of Freddie Gray. The officers face charges such as second-degree assault and involuntary manslaughter that could result in more than 10 years in prison. For Lantern TV, I'm Ariana Bernard.
Man, I love Ohio. You guys are amazing. Thanks for being with us tonight. Before anything else transpires, I want a huge round of applause for not only the incredible bands that are playing today, but this entire event. This is an amazing event for this city. I want to hear it for this event, y'all.
and we'll be right back.
WUDG, what's going on? It's Ant-Man hanging out with you. The only place for unsigned music you've never heard, folks. Go to undergroundcolumbus.com, check out the live webcam, get the TuneIn radio app, tune in one word, really the second word, Underground Columbus for your Android, your iPhone.
Undergroundcolumbus.com, the best unsigned music that you have never heard.
My daughter.
Come here.
I love you, Dad.
A little laugh. A little adventure. A little help. A little bit of your support can start something big. Start something today at Big Brothers Big Sisters.
And we're back with City Talk News.
We give treatment and care to children and their families that's consistent throughout, regardless of who they are, where they're coming from, if they're coming from another country, if they're coming from down the street. It makes the hospital more open. It makes the hospital more welcoming. It doesn't become this great, big, closed building in the sky somewhere, but it becomes a place that everybody can access. The Diversity Council here through HR has a program where we embrace differences and we encourage different groups to interact together, not to separate, but to interact and to encourage one another to continue to develop themselves professionally within Nationwide Children's Hospital. One of the commonalities here at Children's Hospital, even with diversity, is the fact that we all care for children.
Looked here, Cincinnati, and Indiana, but this happened to be the place that really looked warm, opening. It was a little bit of a transition because you're working with your co-workers as the bedside nurse, and now you're in position of supervisory position where you're doing evaluations. We have a lot of Hispanic population that may not speak English, and we have people here who actually speak Spanish who are nurses. So it's kind of nice when we can call them over and say, hey, can you explain this for me? I think it makes people feel more comfortable being here, knowing that they're not coming into a place where they won't see anyone like them. This place, ever since they've done so much renovations, it's like a palace. It is.
Patient population is diverse. So when we're out there serving our patients, it's important for them to see someone that looks like them or that they can relate to. It really helps to just make that experience better. Nationwide Children's has done a great job with diversity and helping us to embrace the differences of other cultures through celebrations of Black History Month, Asian Awareness Month, just as well as Hispanic weeks and celebrations. I was at one point a patient here, and what stood out to me was how I was taken care of by the nursing staff. Despite my look, my ability to pay, they really just embraced me. And I have been promoted at least once since I've been here already, so the hospital is really interested in bringing diverse staff in and also helping to promote them along their way.
Join City Talk Nation and follow us for more videos, behind the scene footage, and your chance to win prizes at You think you got what it takes to be on TV? Well, submit your short film, music video, animation, and video opinion to City Talk News, and you can be seen on TV.
Thank you for watching City Talk News.